Stay with us, this gets deeper. Did you know that some of the earliest detailed maps of Africa weren't drawn by Europeans, but by Africans themselves? For centuries, the story of African mapping has been overshadowed, often presented as a tale of European exploration and colonial division. But this is only part of the picture. This documentary will take you on a visual journey through Africa's cartographic history, revealing the ingenuity, knowledge, and complex geopolitical realities that shaped the continent's representation on maps. We'll start before the arrival of Europeans, exploring the indigenous knowledge systems that allowed African societies to navigate, trade, and understand their environments. We uncover evidence of sophisticated understanding of geography, astronomy, and mathematics, reflected in oral traditions, trade routes, and even early forms of mapping on rocks and other materials. Consider the trans-Saharan trade routes. These weren't just lines on a map, they were living arteries connecting diverse cultures and economies. The intricate knowledge required to navigate these routes, considering water sources, terrain, and seasonal changes, demonstrates a deep understanding of the African landscape. We'll then examine the impact of European contact, tracing how European cartographers used, adapted, and sometimes distorted African knowledge to create Stay with us, this gets deeper. Maps that served colonial interests. The Berlin Conference of 1884–85 serves as a stark example, where European powers carved up Africa on maps with little regard for existing political boundaries or ethnic groups. We will analyze how these colonial maps shaped perceptions of Africa, often reinforcing stereotypes and justifying exploitation. However, even during the colonial era, African resistance took many forms, including contesting the narratives presented on maps. We will showcase examples of African scholars and activists who challenged colonial cartography and sought to reclaim their own stories. Moving into the post-colonial era, we will explore how African nations have strived to create maps that reflect their own identities and priorities. This involves reclaiming indigenous place names, redrawing boundaries, and developing new cartographic techniques that incorporate local knowledge. The story of African mapping is not just about lines on paper, it's a story about power, knowledge, and identity. It's a story of resilience, resistance, and the ongoing effort to shape Africa's own narrative. Join us as we uncover the hidden stories etched into the maps of Africa, revealing a continent far more complex and dynamic than often portrayed. Subscribe to Punai Afrique for more African history and wealth wisdom. Follow for more untold African stories.